Alright, what's going on everybody? Cryptix here, and today we're going to continue the onslaught of double standards that exist in the year of 2019. Hell, I would even venture to say this is an extreme double standard in modern day society. Now, this is going to be more of a serious video compared to my previous upload. In my previous video, I discussed the whole Alinity situation and how she's not being penalized on Twitch for her actions. As a matter of fact, I'm going to debrief you on it because it does relate, at least to a certain degree, about the thing that we're going to be discussing today. So basically, this 30-year-old female Twitch thought Alinity, she essentially did a lot of things that violated the Twitch terms of service because, as you may know, there's rules you need to follow when live streaming to an audience on Twitch. You cannot expose yourself, you definitely cannot talk about illegally getting citizenship, and you 100% cannot abuse an animal on live stream. And Alinity did all of those things in the course of this past year, and she's not been penalized once for her actions. Not a 24-hour ban, not even a warning. She never received any type of punishment. And as my man Birdman has once said, these females are living on recruit difficulty. But I would venture to say that they're actually living in tutorial mode in 2019, guys. I mean, they cannot do any wrong. They never get penalized for their actions. And that leads us into today's topic. So I'm going to describe this girl in the most politically correct way possible, and I think a lot of you would probably say some worse things than what I'm going to describe her as, but she is in fact morbidly obese based off of the pictures that I've seen. She is definitely a feminist based off of her social media posts, and that's not a problem, right? As long as it's not the extreme feminism that really isn't feminism and they call it feminism, but I digress. And she's also, on top of that, a lesbian, and she's openly defined herself as that as well. So if we put all three of those together, she's a morbidly obese, feminist lesbian, and she was in an art museum recently. Now, I'm definitely going to say that I am a straight guy, right? And I think a lot of people watching this video are straight men as well. And we can pretty much agree that certain female body types are definitely defined as art. I mean, I could go into the gym and see a very, very attractive female squatting, and I would say that is art. But I think a lot of females think anybody could be considered art, and I don't really agree with that. And I think a lot of people would actually disagree with that. So this morbidly obese lesbian feminist actually exposed herself in an art museum because she defined her body as art. Now, obviously you guys already know based off of my professional description that she is a bit overweight. And I think a lot of people will also agree that, these morbidly obese bodies aren't really considered art. I wouldn't define that as art whatsoever. She is not wearing anything under her nightgown, which she exposed in this art room. Now, the worst part I still have to tell you guys about, but I mean, even that, right? Even being exposed publicly in an art room would definitely file as a criminal offense. But it gets even worse because this particular woman actually exposed herself in front of underage children within the art room. Now, I don't know about you guys, I'm not a lawyer or anything, but I'm pretty sure doing that, especially if the roles were reversed, would definitely file as a crime and probably some jail time. And the fact that this woman has not been punished for what she's done recently is pretty concerning. And obviously we don't know as of right now if she will be ever punished, but the fact of the matter is, she exposed her body full on nude to some minors. And if any other person did that, right? If any other guy did that to girls, there would be all hell breaking loose. It'd be on the Twitter trending tab and it would be exploding. And the guy would probably get murdered before even actually getting behind bars in jail. So I think this is a very prime example of a double standard here, especially like I said before, since this woman has not been punished for what she's done. But I do want to say, I think this goes even a little bit deeper, right? Because as you can tell on some of the kids' faces, one of them is just full on like, this woman is crazy, like, holy crap, like, I want to get out of here. And then you got the other kid that's like, are you kidding me, bro? This isn't art. This is not art at all. And I even want to break down this particular picture a little bit more. On top of the girl obviously exposing herself, what the hell is on that table? I mean, the prosthetic boobs and butt I would take over the morbidly obese feminist any day. And as a matter of fact, looking at the shapes of some of these body parts that are on the table, I would consider those art, but definitely not the woman, the live woman that is probably over 250 pounds exposing herself to kids. I wouldn't consider that art, right? So at the end of the day, right, this whole situation blew up all over social media, and it definitely got some similar responses to me. I mean, there's a lot of women that are saying this is 100% not right. There's men saying, oh my goodness, if this was my kid, I don't even want to get into it. But overall, there is definitely this females can do no wrong agenda in 2019. And I really hope it doesn't stay this way because, like I said before, you know, this is a feminist. Now, I remember the feminist definition actually becoming this women's rights type of deal and not this women can do no wrong type of deal. I'm pretty sure the feminist description, or at least one of them, would be a person that is fighting for the equality of women's rights compared to men's rights. Now, I don't know anything about you guys, but if I exposed myself the way this woman did to some minors, I probably would be facing repercussions. Now, like I said before, this woman is not facing any penalties, any fines, any crimes whatsoever. And the more concerning thing I think about this entire picture is the fact that none of these adults in this room are appalled by what they're seeing. The only kid in this particular room is laughing, and I probably would do that in the same situation. But the more concerning thing is that there's females, adult females, that are letting this happen in this art room. They are straight up not doing anything about it, and they're sitting nonchalantly in this room without any type of reaction. And I think that's the most scary part. Hell, I think this is more scary than the woman exposing herself, even though that's pretty horrendous to begin with. But regardless, guys, this is pretty concerning, and I don't really know if there's going to be repercussions because this is in an art museum, and I guess anything could be considered as art as long as, you know, these kids' parents let these kids in the room. Who knows what can happen? I don't know about the law that much, and I really don't know if she will be penalized for her actions because, like I said, females are just, you know, they're not doing anything wrong. I mean, they're just perfect human beings. They are the perfect species compared to men, right? So that's pretty much all I have to say about this whole story. I hope to follow up on this to see if it develops. It's been about 24 hours since this whole issue blew up on social media, and we still have not heard a follow-up. And I think that's pretty concerning. I mean, like I said before, this is a pretty serious video. I mean, these kids are obviously have at least the chance of being traumatized by what they saw that day. And I mean, to be honest with you, this would be considered a sexual offense in pretty much any scenario if the situations were flipped. But like I said, nothing's happened. So I hope you all did enjoy this video. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. I'm trying to get on the road to 3,000 subscribers, and if you guys can make that happen, that would make my day. But overall, I've seen a lot of support recently on the channel. The likes, the shares, everything's been going great, and yeah, I just appreciate all the support. I'm going to be more consistent on this channel as well. I'm Cryptix, not exposing my morbidly obese body to minors in an art room, and I'm signing off.